Good morning, class 8. Today we'll study about the non-finite verbs. You'll find this topic in Unit 6 of your grammar tree book. In the previous lesson, we studied about subject-verb agreement, where we learned that the verb in a sentence has to agree with the subject in a sentence. Subject in terms of number means singular or plural. Subject in terms of person means first person, second person, or third person. And subject in terms of tense means present tense, past tense, or future tense. Verbs which depend on the number, person, or tense of the subject are called finite verbs. These verbs change according to the number, person, or tense of the subject in a sentence. Non-finite verbs do not agree with subject. The form of non-finite verbs is not bound or determined by the number, person, or tense of the subject in a sentence. The non-finite verbs remain the same even if the subject in the sentence changes. Non-finite verbs do not perform any action in the sentence. These verbs are used as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. Some examples to see the difference between finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs. I meet the president every month. She meets the president once a month. He met the president last month. Non-finite verbs. I want to meet the president. She wants to meet the president. We want to meet the president. In these examples, you can clearly see that the finite verb changed its form according to the subject, but the non-finite verb remained the same in all the sentences. Now we'll discuss about the kinds of non-finite verb. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs: infinitives, gerunds, and participles. The infinitive is formed by adding the preposition to the base form, simple present form of the finite verb. Examples for infinitives. It is easy to know when someone is lying. She wants to go on a world tour. Structure of infinitive. Number 1. Full infinitive. It consists of to plus verb. For example, this is a nice place to live. Number 2. Bare infinitive. Verb without to. For example, mother lets me watch TV on Sunday. Number 3. Split infinitive. When an adverb is put between to and verb. For example, I request you to kindly grant me leave. Second kind of non-finite verbs is gerund. A gerund is a verb with an ing ending and it functions as a noun. As a noun, the gerund can occupy various positions in a sentence as subject, object, or complement of a verb. Examples of gerunds: burning of leaves should be banned. We really enjoyed playing cricket. He gave no reason for coming late. She loves solving crossed puzzle. Third kind of non-finite verbs, participles. A participle has a verbal adjective. It looks like a verb but functions as an adjective. Participle has three forms. Forms of participles. Number 1. Present participle. It carries verb plus ing. For example, opening the door, she went out hastily. Number 2. Past participle. It is a verb with the second form of the verb. For example, aroused by the shouting, I went out to see what was. Number 3. Perfect participle. It carries having or having been plus past participle. For example, having said that, I will now point out the difference. Having been warned, he stood away from the tiger's cage in the zoo. So, here is the summary of today's lesson. Non-finite verbs. These verbs have three kinds: infinitives, participles, and gerunds. Infinitives have three forms: full infinitive, bare infinitive, and split infinitive. Participles too have three forms: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. Gerunds are nouns formed with simple verb and ing. Now, my dear students, it's your turn to work. Please do exercise A from page 34, exercise B from page 35, exercise C and D from page 36, and exercise E and F from page 37.